If we've learned nothing else from the last few months, 2020 has taught us not to take anything for granted. Nothing is guaranteed. We really need to sit and evaluate the way that we use our time. Are we using our time to the best of our ability? Are we making the most of the time that we do have here? And I'm not really speaking to you, I'm talking to myself. I've actually been wanting to build a brand, Only the Locals, for quite some time now, but it's something that I've been consistently putting off. Not that I'm putting it off and not doing anything else with my time, but I'm putting it off to build other brands. I'm putting it off for client work, and I keep telling myself that I'll get to it. But I feel like more than any other time, I think the time is now. There are no guarantees that I'll have this opportunity to build this brand later. So I'm gonna start blocking my time a little bit better, spending more time with the stories, the content, and the culture that I wanna put out. And that's how I'm gonna spend my time. Of course, I will continue to do client work because that's what pays the bills. I'm extremely grateful and fortunate to have been able to work on some of the projects that I've worked on. And I'm extremely excited about some of the projects that we have coming up and some of the other things that I'm sure, will be to come. But when it comes to my time outside of work, I feel like OTL is where I need to be maintaining most of my focus, because the JDM community deserves an outlet that tells our stories, the stories of the Japanese car builders, a company that really preserves the heritage of that. There are so many great builders out there. There's so many beautiful cars, so many scenic routes and drives, and I feel like we, as a community, we know about this stuff. I feel like we spend time there, but these are things that we should document and share with others, so that way looking back, it's like, wow, that's what we used to do. And I don't think there's any better time than now, right now. This is the time to focus, to curate, and to share the stories of all of the things that we love. And that's what I plan to do. Long live heritage.
Just driving around LA with my speakers up bumping that old Kanye. My phone beeping, my ex talking about hey. I'll hit her back tomorrow like I'm straight.
Last Tuesday was crazy. So my cousin G came over because he was, just some things on a car, it's helpful to have more than one set of hands. So a lot of times, that's why I call like when I need help. And, he comes over, we mess around with the car. We always go grab lunch and just have a good time. I think we went to Rice Strings and Cerritos, had some delicious soup, and it was cool. It was a nice rainy day. The only thing that sucked about the day being rainy though, like honestly, the worst part about that is I was fixing a little scratch on my air dam. So I was trying to like sand, primer, paint, like do that sort of thing. And man, that is impossible with moisture in the air. So it put me back a few days, and it was a headache, but to be honest, it was crazy. Like, I love the rain. So I didn't really have, I can't complain. Like, I really can't complain. It's worse things I could be stressing over other than, man, it's raining and I can't work on my car. We're fortunate enough to be in the position to have these cars, to be able to play with cars and do what we do and just live our lives. So I guess the only thing I got to keep doing is just building my cars, hanging out with the people I care about, and minding my business. So the Weber carburetors that I picked up last week, unfortunately, although the carbs are in great condition, the guy swapped out the manifold on me. So when we were having the conversation, when I originally was, messaging him and meeting up with him to pick this up, I explained that I was looking for a set of carbs that I could basically take off my Makunis, put on these Webers, bolt up, And if I have to order some small stuff, cool. But I just wanted it to be a very straightforward thing. And he assured me that all I had to do is order the linkage set, which would cost me about, $140. And, and he said everything should bolt up and everything should run fine. So that's what I did. I ordered the red line linkage kit that goes for the triples. It came in Amazon in a few days. But unfortunately, he swapped out the manifold on me. So the manifold that the carburetors are on isn't the original manifold that comes with the Weber product. So because of that, I have a kit that doesn't quite line up, but it gave me a lot of the pieces that I need in order to put this together. But if I knew I had to like customize and finesse the kit, I could have just done it piece by piece and, not spent all the money buying a few things that I didn't need, and it probably could have worked out, a little bit simpler. And in addition to that, he also took off the fuel inlets that I assumed were like in the bag and stuff that he handed to me, but none of that was in the bag. So I just, I just got put in a predicament where I had to make it happen. So the other day I go to this hardware store that I always go to, and I'm telling you, like, this place has any and everything except for, I guess, when you need it. So I was trying to resolve my little linkage and, bolt issue that I was having with the manifold and the Weber carburetors. So I went up here so that way I could try to get some Heim joints, some bolts. I just needed some things. Like, let's just say that I definitely needed some things. So I go up there so that way I could try to, grab everything in one place. I needed to grab, like a 5/16 rod, just some stuff, dude. I just needed stuff. So I'm there, I'm looking around. I know where pretty much everything is because I've been going to this place for years, but for some reason they were out of everything. Like, no. They were out of everything. And I don't know if his shipments have been delayed or anything like that. So, I'm talking to my guy that I always deal with when I'm there. And he's like, oh, yeah, no, we have that. So we're walking around and I'm getting all excited. I'm like, okay, cool. We walk all the way to the back of the store. He goes to grab it. Not there. Oh, I didn't know we were out of that. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, no shit. So we walked around the store like 3-4 times looking for just different stuff, and then basically everything that he thought he had, come to find out he just didn't have. So luckily, I went to another spot that they have in Long Beach, and I got a few of the things that I needed, but I had to place an order from, one of the little like catalog type hardware places. And of course they have warehouse facilities and stuff like that. That's probably where my guy gets all his stuff from. But I mean, it was cool. I have pretty much everything ordered, so I'm waiting for a couple packages to come. But the important part is I will be able to resolve my issue, and I'm happy about that. To be perfectly honest, other than my car deciding to perform a little outpatient surgery on my finger the other day, man, I don't have any complaints. It's been a pretty good week. I got a lot done. I was able to, recoat my headers, start getting the car put back together. And of course I ran into the, unfortunate circumstance that I found myself in because, I had a dishonest salesman, when it came to some carburetors, but I'm okay with that. It's partially my fault too, right? I should have checked the product before I made the purchase, but luckily, skillful enough to finesse the situation to make it what it's supposed to be and to make the carbs and everything work properly on my car. So, I mean, like I said, I can't really complain. I'm all smiles, but I am looking forward to things starting to get back to normal. I'm looking forward to being able to get back outside, linking up with some friends that we haven't seen in a while other than via FaceTime. I'm looking forward to some drives. I'm looking forward to some gatherings. And like I said, I'm just hoping that the car is, beautiful, clean, and well put together when it comes time for that again. Man, I'm looking forward to the spring. I'm looking forward to the summer. Man, let's get out and have a good time. But first, Let's stay home so we can flatten this curve, right? I mean, it takes all of us. We got to work together for this. And until then, long live heritage.
In the coupe, just driving around LA. With my speakers up, bumping that old Kanye. My phone beep, it's my ex talking about, hey. I'll hit her back tomorrow like I'm straight.